In a world of EMS podcasters, EMS Office Hours is the only live podcast bringing you the latest topics and opinions in EMS. Turn down your scanner and turn up your speakers as we join Jim Hoffman and Josh Knapp on their latest EMS podcasting journey.
Guys, thanks for joining me. I'm trying to get Tom squared away here so we can get him on video with us. And get him to go ahead and get his video going. So thanks for joining me, guys. This is EMS Office Hours. As always, I always suggest please go follow us on Facebook. It's at facebook.com/the EMS Professional. And check us out on iTunes as well. Get us on there and be sure to leave us a review or like us there on iTunes, because it really does help us out when we post this stuff out there. So I have Tom. Tom, you should be able to get your video up.
Here we go.
There you go. Perfect. So guys, be sure, do me a favor when you guys are watching. I have a few people in the Facebook Live already jumping on, so I appreciate that, guys. Be sure to like the video below or share it. Tell us your favorite color. If you're an EMT or paramedic, I don't care. Just engage with us here so that we know you're with us. We know that you're taking part. And I see we got Roberts in there and Mark and Leslie, a few people jumping in. So I appreciate you guys jumping in and joining us. So I'm coming on today because Tom had sent me a message on my Facebook group wanting me to try to go ahead and talk a little bit about the Frontline Heroes Project that he's got going on. So, Tom, why don't you do me a favor real quick? Just let us know, I guess, what it is that you're trying to get going with this, what it is that you're trying to accomplish, how far you've come. Just kind of give a quick background on that.
All right, Jim, I appreciate you having me on tonight, and I appreciate your support. I initially started the Frontline Heroes Project as a nonprofit organization to raise money for anybody that works in the front lines. It didn't matter what capacity it was, fire, police, EMS, military, healthcare workers, whatever. Well, I came across a page on Facebook that people were donating $1 to nurses group. They were just donating $1 every week to help nurses out. So they would pick a winner, they would donate $1, and their group is humongous. And I'm talking like this, nurses every week were getting like, $20,000 to $40,000. That's how big of a participation it was. Wow. So the Frontline Heroes Project decided to initiate another group separated from the Frontline Heroes Project so that I didn't have any ties to it. I'm just the admin of the page and kind of get everything going and do all the drawing. So I'm not taking any credit for the premise behind it or the foundation behind the process itself. I'm taking credit for the EMS side of it. Okay. I think EMS is one of the poorest paid healthcare providers that are out there. And I think that if we do the same thing and grow the group, that every week we can impact an EMS provider out there with whatever need they have. We've been going for 6 weeks now. This is the 7th week running since Saturday. We're running about 4% participation. We got about 860 members. So the key now is to grow the percentage of precipitation. So all you have to do is go to the Frontline Heroes page, or you can go directly to group. It's called Back A Hero, an EMS Professional. It has all the information out there as far as the process, how it works, what you need to participate, how to participate, and then how to become eligible. So really nuts and bolts about the program is every week we pick an EMS provider that has donated to the previous week's winner. So during this week, people are donating $1 to a weekly winner. On Saturday, I pull all that information down. So you got to have Venmo. That's the way we're transferring the donations. So you take a screenshot of that donation via Venmo app, and then you post it in the comment of that announcement. It has all the information about the provider you're donating to, where they're from, what level of licensure they are, whatever the case may be. Whatever information they're willing to give us, we post it in that announcement post. And then at Saturday, everybody that posted a picture in the comment section generates a list in a spreadsheet, and then they're numbered. First person to donate to the last person to donate. And I go to random.org, put the numbers, 1 through whatever, and hit the generate button, and it randomly picks a number. And out of that spreadsheet, whose ever number's drawn, you are now the weekly winner, and we start all over.
Okay.
So
the people that are actually donating are the ones that are trying to benefit from the donations.
So basically, why this kind of started was whatever your need is, right? I mean, we know we're the lowest paid EMS profession out there, or healthcare profession. Most of us work 2 jobs to pay bills and do whatever we need to do. So I felt like, who couldn't use an extra couple of $100 in their pocket to help with a car note, house note, groceries, whatever the case may be,
Sure.
right? So people that are donating to our weekly winner is basically donating $1 to get on an eligibility list that at the end of the week, if you've participated, you're on that list because you posted your screenshot, then we randomly pick another week. So those people that are donating to the weekly winner are basically paying it forward, helping that individual out for whatever their need is, and then hopes that on Saturday their number's drawn, and then they become the weekly winner.
I got you. It's funny you say the $1 thing, because not too long ago, I tried to actually do something like that through GoFundMe, where I was trying to get as many EMS providers out there to donate $1. I said to myself, okay, if I could just get a percentage of that, to donate $1, right? That we could turn around and then donate. I could turn and take that money and donate to whatever cause, right? Wounded Warriors, breast cancer, whatever the case may be, right? And my thought was, if it would be almost like a no-brainer that would happen, because then you could just get people give $1. People spend $1 on anything, And I figured, go ahead and do that, and then I could turn around, give that money, and then that would almost give exposure to EMS that we're giving back to other organizations, and then kind of shine a spotlight on the power that we have as an industry, that together we can come up with X amount of dollars on a monthly basis. If everybody just gave $1 a month, right, and donate to 1 or 2 charities per month, and kind of shine light on that we have this number, we have this profession that we're not paid well, and kind of branch out that way. But I couldn't get a damn person to donate $1. And I was so upset. I mean, I've got about 10,000 people on my email list. I've got 12,000 on my main Facebook page. I'm active in other Facebook pages, Instagram, and I just could not get anybody to get on board. I know people thought I was going to hit the money and run. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. That's why I went through GoFundMe, because I'm like, okay, if I go through them, at least there's that buffer there, and no one's going to say, oh, well, Jim's just trying to take that money and run with it, So it was a little disheartening to me, because I see people a lot on Facebook, especially trying to, I want you to donate this for my birthday. I want you to do this for this cause. And I'm like, yeah, but I couldn't get anybody to donate $1. How are you going to ask people to donate more than that for some birthday cause? So I'm wondering, are you having the same challenges when it comes to getting people to actually get in their wallet and give that $1 or whatever it is, that they can kind of donate?
I think initially my thought was, I think it was a guy thing for me initially. Okay. I'm married, my wife handles Venmo. They do the Facebook marketplace. A Venmo to me on the female side is second nature. Okay. Mm-hmm. So initially, EMS being a predominant guy filled, I thought it was the Venmo problem, and I did. And I got hit several times like, I don't have Venmo. What's Venmo? So I'm like, hey, the only reason I'm doing Venmo is because it's a secure app to pay, the donation. Plus, it's owned by PayPal. Okay. And secondly, a lot of people have it. Okay. And plus, if you have PayPal and you don't want to tie another app to your bank account, you can feed that app, via PayPal. I mean, there's all different ways to use that. So that was my initial thought, because I'd had people hit me. I don't have Venmo. How to use Venmo? Never heard of it. And then I got to the point where we have the same number of people that are participating every week. We're sitting around anywhere from 40 to about 45 people every week. Some will donate consistently, some won't, but then we'll have a new person donate, it's can hit or miss, but I can't break that 50 mark, so to speak.
Yeah.
And here's why. Okay. This is my interpretation of it. And you pointed it out. Notoriously, EMS doesn't give other EMS professionals any, pay it forward. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that if you have a cause, if one of us is injured, if one of us, like our last week's winner, she was an EMT, our last week winner said, look, I technically don't need the money, but if for every dollar donated, I will match it and pay it forward to another EMS professional that lost his house in a flood in her service area. So I was like, okay, well, that's good. We blew it out of the water that week because they knew that whatever amount of money that they donated was going to a better cause than within someone's pocket. Mm-hmm. So you're right. If the grasp behind EMS is really trying to, am I really wanting to participate in donating $1 to a stranger? And if they, like the nurses page, if they end up, 12 months from now and we're hitting, a couple of $1,000s a week, and they've donated for 6 months straight and never got picked, the reluctancy of continuing to participate. And that's my fear. Sure. But my thing is we're in EMS. I know what you do for a living. You know what I do for a living. Working 2 jobs, working in the back of the truck, not having the best equipment to take care of yourself, unless the state mandates it. And if they can get around it by doing the bare minimum, they're going to do that. So on the job injury is high, stress is high, depression is high. So you don't know what that EMS provider is going through that during that week. And to me, no matter what, they're going to get $2 because me and my wife donate $1 a piece to that EMS professional. And at least you can buy a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
That's a struggle. I mean, EMS is notoriously reluctant to give money to a stranger if they truly don't know is going to a good cause.
Yeah. I think what's something that I think is a great idea what you're doing is just asking for that dollar, and that people, it's not necessarily somebody whose house burned down or somebody who lost their job or was injured. It's going to somebody because, like you mentioned earlier, right? The pay is not that great, and the cost of living isn't changing because of our pay, right? So you being able just to give $30, $40, and that's half of an electric bill. That's gas for the week. You know what I mean? So it can definitely alleviate that, a little bit of pressure off of, one person. It makes a difference. Like you said, it is a pay it forward type thing. And I just wish people would really kind of get out of that mindset, that, well, I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not going to actually benefit. What's the chance of me, winning that lottery or whatever you want to call it, for that week, and I think people, like you said, they do struggle with that because they are more apt to donate to a specific cause when they know exactly where it's going to. But I think what people fail to realize that a lot of times when people have a tragedy like that, there is a certain amount of insurance, job benefits, stuff like that comes into play, it does help alleviate those issues for those people a little bit. And of course, having a fundraiser for that, kind of buffers that and takes care of what the insurance and stuff is not taking care of. But something like this is more, I think people just trying to just give them a little something extra to put in their pocket, and I think that's a great idea, for people to do that. I don't know, I hate when you get this mentality that you almost like you're begging for the dollar. You know what I mean? And it gets so frustrating when you're trying to do that. And like I said, when I did the GoFundMe campaign for the buck, I'm thinking, man, this is going to be it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get, thousands of dollars a month. I'm going to really help out these other causes that I was, pick a cause a month, and I'm going to bang it out in 12 months. And I'm going to have these organizations coming to me and my business, say, hey, can you, represent us and help us out, and then pushing it out there and really showing that EMS can be a powerful voice out there, other than just being on an ambulance, And I was disappointed, and I'm sure you have some of that disappointment too, when you see that you don't have enough people getting on board with it, And I think, like you said, the Venmo thing can be a hurdle for people to get around. Even with my business and my website, with my practice exams and stuff like that, I go through PayPal, and I get a lot of times people, I don't have PayPal. What do I do? I have it so that there's a credit card option there, but they still see the PayPal logo. They don't realize they don't need PayPal to do it, right? They can just use their credit card, but they see that logo and they think, oh, I have to have an account at PayPal in order to go ahead and buy this practice exam or buy this resource, right? And I get a lot of emails like that asking me, how else do I pay? And then I have to kind of explain to them that you don't really need to have PayPal. You can do it without having PayPal. So I can see the same thing with Venmo. And it's funny, you talked about your wife having it and stuff and using Venmo a lot. I didn't use Venmo too recently. My fiance and her daughter were using Venmo, and they needed me to do something with Venmo. Oh, we bought this puppy, and the woman only took Venmo. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I had to call my fiance's daughter and say, what the hell is Venmo? What do I do? Does it work? Have you ever had any problems? And ended up setting up the account and everything. I mean, now I have it. The one thing I will say is to people with Venmo is don't use a credit card to pay through Venmo, because then the credit card charges you a cash advance fee.
Yeah.
You look at your credit card bill, you be like, wait, I didn't take a cash advance out. And then you see it's the Venmo that's charging you, hitting you up for that cash advance. So make sure you do it through your bank. You don't want to get a cash advance fee for $1 or $2.
Yeah. You're right, and I just don't want people, when they see the rules, and like I'm a big stickler too. One of the big things on the eligibility list is when we draw a winner. One, you have to have an active license and practicing, because we want those that are actually in the field, in the trenches, working to get a break. Mm-hmm. And I got to be able to validate that license is active and it's in good standing within your state. So a lot of states post that information. Once you run a license verification, you see all the active and inactive status, and then it lets you know, was there any disciplinary action tied to that provider number. So as long as I can do that and you're free in the clear, then we make that announcement, we put it up there, and then it runs for a week, and whatever dollars you get. And I would hope that one day we can be as big as the nurses. I don't think, nothing against nurses. I'm married to one, but I don't think they're better than us. I think we can. I think we can do $1. I think it's achievable, and
absolutely.
And it just blows my mind. Every Friday they pick a new nurse, and then because my wife participates in that, then she wakes up on Saturday morning to check that post, and that nurse in 24 hours is at $19,000-$20,000, and I'm like, if that can only happen for the
I know, it's unbelievable, really. Now you can think about it, if you were able to get that much money, in a week or a month, you could spread it out to several people. It wouldn't have to just be one person. You could spread it out so that multiple people could take advantage of that, and you could even bank the money to help the people who end up having those tragedies going on. And it really could be something that you know, I don't know. It really could be something to be a driving force when it comes to, helping people out. I mean, you got the Cold Green campaign. They help people with mental health. They came out of nowhere, and they try to help a lot of mental health when it comes to EMS. And in the beginning, I think it was hard for people to kind of get on board with that. But now, they're kind of a go-to place for that resource, for providers to go out and do. I want to ask you, I know you have the challenge coins, right? What is that about? Can people just buy those? Does that go towards anything, or is that just to show you're part of this project?
Yeah. So the Frontline Heroes is the nonprofit that's kind of spearheading the EMS page.
Okay.
I'm not tied to it. I'm never going to be on the eligibility list. I'm not going to be listed as a weekly, we're calling them EMS hero honorees. I'm never going to be that person. You're never going to donate money to me. You're never going to give money to me. But the challenge coins are, there's a link on that Back to Heroes page, or you can go to the Frontline Heroes Project page and you can buy those coins. And my plan is, until my first batch of coins are gone, for every coin that I sell, they're $20, $10 will go to that weekly winner. So cover the cost of the coin, the shipping, and then plus you buying a coin is also donating a $10 bill that I'll pay via Venmo to that weekly winner.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that I think would help people too, because I think that kind of shows they're getting something physical, and part of that money is going to be going towards, that provider, which I think is pretty cool. I know that I want to, I guess November, I'm going to try to give away some challenge coins that I have as a way to kind of promote this and all. I did a challenge coin for New York City and the COVID response there. I actually have a coin here. I don't know if I could put it up. Anyone can see that or not. Might be too shiny.
No, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So this, this is one of the coins. Like I said, we'll try to do something next month, so you can get a hold of this. Pretty cool coin. I don't have too many left. Just trying to do what I can with the small number I've got left on them. Get them out there, and so if I can go ahead and donate a few of these to you, to go ahead and maybe help that out. That'd be worthwhile, I think, to do that. So, all right. Well, listen, I'm not sure if anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up. I don't want to go on too much and act like we're having a March of Dimes here or something, for all night long. But I want to try to, maybe we can just round it out. Maybe touch on one or two of the things you want to get hit home before we end it up today.
All right. So the talk with me is right now, I'm not really pushing the Frontline Heroes project right now. I want to be able to push the Back A Hero page. So if you go to your Facebook page, EMS Universe is our Frontline Hero Business of the Month, and he's been gracious enough to donate a T-shirt every week for the month of October. Brian over at EMS Universe, I'm counterparting that with the challenge coin. Plus, we're giving a prize as a runner-up. But the thing about it is I want that Back a Hero, an EMS professional. So however we can get you there, whether through your page, Frontline Heroes page, you can search for it on Facebook, but let's get that EMS page off the ground so that I can even turn it over to somebody else if I need to, and then focus more on that Frontline Heroes project.
So you want people to mainly go to the Facebook group, Back An EMS Hero, right?
Yes. If you're an EMS professional, please go to that group, join the group, participate. Let's start paying it forward to EMS professionals.
Okay.
That group is only basically funded and ran by the Frontline Heroes Project, which is our nonprofit. Okay. And eventually I'll get to the point where, that Frontline Heroes Project will be my bread and butter. But since I've put so much effort into this Back A Hero and EMS professionals group page, I'm hoping that I'm going to spend the next 6 months focusing on that and hopefully get to the numbers like the nurses. So any EMS professional out there, doesn't matter where you work, You could be an EMR volunteering at a fire department to a critical care paramedic working in the hospital or on an air service. It doesn't matter. That broad range of EMS licensures. Get on over there, join the group, look around. All the information is there. Send us a message on Facebook. Just watch us every Saturday night. Let the proof in the pudding, right?
I'm going to touch on that real quick before we end as well. But I'm going to put the link to that group. It's already in the comments for this Facebook Live. But I'll put it on the show notes on the EMS Office Hours webpage when I post this episode. And so people can go ahead and check it out there as well. I'll probably end up putting this on YouTube since we got a video version of it, and I'll put the link to that Facebook group on YouTube as well. So hopefully you get a couple different angles this coming into you. I know Brian from EMS Universe. I did a podcast with him a while back. He's a great guy. Really loves EMS. So I know he wouldn't be doing it if he didn't believe in it. So I hope people go check that out. What I wanted to ask you real quick is that people that you said watch on Saturday
night at 8 o'clock Central Time.
So that's like the live drawing. Is that what it is?
It's the live drawing.
All right, great. And that's on that Back An EMS Hero group page, right? You do that?
Yeah, we go live to that specific group, and the videos stay up there. We're not going to take that stuff down. We just Saturday between 2 and 4 in the afternoon, just depends on what my day's like, is I'll turn comments off on that announcement post because it takes me a good hour or so to get everything organized for the live drawing. So I can't just, there's been a couple of times I've had to undo it and let people post because they wanted to get in, and I wanted as much dollars to go to that person as possible, but I can't push it close to the drawing time because there's a lot of legwork that has to go in on getting all that stuff organized and the spreadsheet up and all that stuff. So,
people don't realize, Tom, that is a big issue. Even like with me, right? I do these Facebook Lives. I try to go live like once a day almost, or once every other day, and not necessarily for the podcast, but just to kind of give some exam tips or talk about something in EMS or stuff like that. And it's not just, jumping on and just yapping at the camera. The setup that has to get done, making sure all the connections are working. It's not as easy as people might think, And like you said, you're not getting paid for doing it. None of this money's going to you, So you're trying to do a good thing. So I hope people kind of realize that there's a lot more involved with it than just, pick a number out of a hat. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes, I think, that people don't realize. I think we had a decent amount of people watching. Guys, if you're watching this live, do me a favor. Be sure to like it, share it. If you're watching the recording of this, again, go ahead and like it during the recording. Share it with somebody post it in a Facebook group or a Facebook page. Help spread the word. I think it's really going to help out the awareness of this Back a Hero campaign. Again, I put the link in the comments here, and I'm also going to, like I said, post a link as well on the blog, and probably show up on YouTube and probably even Instagram as well. So, Tom, thanks a lot for joining me, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Jim, I appreciate you having me on, and we'll try to draw some traffic over there to your Facebook page and website. So appreciate your time tonight. Yeah,
people keep an eye out because we're gonna, like I said, give away a few coins in November. So keep an eye for that if you're interested in getting that COVID challenge coin. I think it really will be a true collector's item, guys, because I'm not making any more. So when they're gone, they're gone. So if you get one, you like collecting challenge coins, might be a great way to jump in and support Tom's cause, and also get yourself a coin as well. So, all right, that's it, Tom. Again, I appreciate it. Everyone, be sure, again, hit that like button, make a quick comment, follow us on iTunes, leave us some reviews. Really appreciate it. Helps us in the rankings there, believe it or not. And guess I'll probably do another podcast probably next week. Hopefully I'll have Josh or Dave with me then, and we talk about some more EMS stuff. So, guys, that's it for me. As always, I am Jim Hoffman for EMS Office Hours. stay